Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce, and it's time for a little NBA basketball. Wednesday in the NBA. It's Brandon Jennings and the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's off to Cleveland we go for the call by Kevin Harlan, alongside analysts Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Welcome to Quicken Loans Arena, where the Cavaliers will be working in a little home court mojo. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Drew Gooden and Andrew Bogut, they're inside. Jennings out there with Steven Jackson. And it's Red in at the small forward spot. And for Cleveland, Jamison and Varejao in the middle. Then there's Caspi. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Irving at the point. Jennings with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Here's Gooden. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Gooden's got the game going here with the first basket for the Bucks.
A few things you know you're going to get with a Scott Skiles coach team. Tough defense, tough-mindedness, and fundamentals are going to be demanded. That was a formula that worked for the Bucks in their playoff run in 2010, but they need to find some offense now.
Now Jennings. He's picked up by Irving. Here's Jackson. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Back to Skiles. Unfortunately, last year they were just okay in those areas. But, Steve, they just had a horrible offense.
They were very good defensively, Kevin, but they just could not score. And I think that's the big challenge this year for the Bucks if they're going to get back into the playoffs. They've got to find a way to get easy baskets offensively.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Skiles. And, Doris, what did he have to say?
Kevin, he said they're going to be leaning on their big man at the defensive end. They've demonstrated such tremendous shot blocking ability that it really frees us up to take more chances on the perimeter, knowing we have that insurance policy down low. Guys, back to you.
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks for thinking about Clark and Steve. Their defense right off the bat here.
Yeah, you're never going to go wrong putting the bulk of your effort into getting stops. I mean, that always pays off.
Yeah, for sure. And I think if that's going to be the case, if they're going to bring that style and that type of energy, they've got to be ready to go deep into their bench tonight as well. And, you know, guys, last season, the expectations for Milwaukee were really high. But they just couldn't live up to those hopes. They won only 13 games away from home all year. And when you can't win on the road, you can't really be a successful NBA team.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. It's a three-point game. It's stolen by Sessions. The three. Another three for Cleveland.
Well, that's the problem. You turn the ball over, and your defense just isn't set up at the other end.
And sometimes when it happens that way, it almost feels like a 4-point bucket.
Back to the Bucks. You know, Clark, you'd better play well on the road if you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a must. I mean, you got to be really solid and good at home and then respectable on the road. And the Bucks only won a third of its road games, and that's a definite way to be watching the playoffs.
Steve just said 13 wins. It's hard to believe, but that's what they got, and so they're going to have to improve on that. And finished off by Bogut.
And look at how he posed on the rim for a few seconds after that one. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Yeah, just a little reminder of whose rim it is.
That was a great angle we just saw on the Sprite Slam Cam. Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Hollins has checked in, and Anthony Parker is subbed in for Sessions.
Andrew Bogut, the former #1 overall pick in the 2005 draft out of the University of Utah. He's been an excellent player for Milwaukee, a solid center out of Australia.
Come on now, you got to pay better attention than that on a shooter like him. He'll make that 10 times out of 10.
Irving is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul. Daniel Gibson's checked in for Irving. Here's Jennings. Here's Jackson. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got his 5th assist in this one. And Bogut, you know, some people think he's probably the best Australian player in NBA history. It's hard to disagree. Luke Longley is from Australia, but Bogut's got a lot on the ball.
Yeah, and beyond that, Kevin, I think he can be one of the top couple of big guys in the league if he can just be healthy. Because he can rebound, block shots, and score at a high level.
And here are the Bucks now. After the Cavaliers pick up 3. Slams it on the run.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
Kevin, I think it's obvious for the Bucks to be successful. A lot rides on the shoulders of their former #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. He's got to be a force for him.
Clark was talking about Bogut and his team. 2 seasons ago, Steve, he had a breakthrough season, and the Bucks were the talk of the league.
Well, if he can get healthy, remember he had that elbow injury a couple seasons ago. I think it bothered him last year, but if Bogut can get healthy, I think Milwaukee could get right back into the mix. He's got a lot of talent, and you can play through him offensively.
For the Cavaliers, Samuels, he's in for Jamison. Lonzo G comes in for Caspi, and Manny Harris subs in for Anthony Parker. Milwaukee also making some changes. Drew Gooden is checked in for Bogut. And Bahamute comes in for Ilyasova. And Earl Boykins is subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Here is Boykins, picked up by Harris. It's right outside. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Boykins.
You look at how they've been scoring the basketball, and it's really fun to watch them because all the baskets are coming off assists.
Well, keep that in mind. I mean, they're a much more efficient team when they make that extra pass. When they get in trouble, it's when they're taking quick shots.
Gibson gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Well, Cleveland's season actually started out pretty well last year after losing LeBron James. They were about 500 a month into the year, but then things just went south, and they had that horrific losing streak.
Steve, going back to that streak, 26 losses in a row spanning December to February. That had to just be a death march.
Man, I'm telling you, and it wasn't like any of those losses. I mean, all those losses were nail-biters. I mean, the vast majority of those losses in that 26-game losing streak were in seed, no contest.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, teams were just taking aim and beating them down.
And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 7 points.
A nice job and a beautiful stroke by Steven Jackson that time.
It's tipped. Gooden with the steal, and they're moving it up. Blocked. Now here is Harris. From deep. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these.
And a good game so far. Quarter. Cavaliers lead by 1.
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
Don't go away. We'll see you in a moment. Jamison and Varejao in the middle. Then it's Daniel Gibson. Then there's Caspi. And it's Irving at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, last season was such a tough campaign for the Cavs, and the biggest blow was losing Anderson Varejao to that ankle injury. And when he missed most of the season, it really spelled doom for Cleveland.
Back to Varejao. Won't be easy to come back, Clark, from an ankle injury like that. Might not be at full strength immediately.
Boy, so much of basketball is about cutting, stopping, and starting, changing direction, quick movements, and it's hard to get back to full strength when you're recovering from an ankle injury. You got to take your time and gradually build up to it, and it might not be this season before he's fully healthy again.
Here's Jennings. Here is Mbamute. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. And Mbamute has got his first 2 points. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, Byron Scott likes to call Anderson Varejao the emotional leader of the Cavs, in part because of how he plays the game. Other players on the floor want to match how much energy he gives on every play. As Anton Jamison says of it, his teammate, you admire that. That makes you want to go out and do the same thing. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. You can see the other players feed off his energy.
Well, you can't help but do so. I mean, you've got a guy out there like Varejao just supplying energy play after play. He's really fun to watch.
Here's Irving. He's got 6.
You know, like most coaches, Byron Scott can be a bit of a taskmaster, but he doesn't micromanage a team, and players will have a fair amount of freedom in how they play under his leadership. He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
And here's Jennings. Baseline J on the way, and that one's good. Gooden's got 7 points. Clark, back to what you said about Coach Byron Scott. I think the players like the freedom they are allowed. Steve, I'm sure as a player you like that.
Well, every player wants to know that he can miss a shot or make a mistake. Cannot get pulled from the game, and I think as long as there's an understanding between the coach and the player about what's expected of you, then that's fair, and you just adapt to whoever the coach is at that point.
And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Boy, you hate to see this, Clark.
You sure do. I mean, tough to tell how bad it is just yet. Hopefully not too serious.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Kevin, his scoring ability is valuable, really valuable. I mean, he's a guy you can rely on to knock down shots.
And a three the other way.
Back and forth we go, neither side giving an inch. Yep, I think it's pretty clear the higher you get, the harder the fall is to the bottom, and the Cavs found that out last year as they tried to rebuild, and it was as unpleasant as a season could be.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Sessions is checked in. Here is Jennings. Fires top of the key. And another basket for Milwaukee. Yeah, top to bottom, no pun intended, it was horrible for the Cavs. First time the team goes from the best record to the worst record many years. Steve, that's a dubious distinction.
Well, we all know why it happened. I mean, it's based on one man, LeBron James. So talented, such a great player. Once he was gone, basically the entire foundation fell apart for Cleveland. So we'll see what happens as they attempt to rebuild without their star.
He dishes it to Samuels. Working on Ilyasova. Shoots it. And again, it's Cleveland.
And I like the way he's thinking out there because he's at a size disadvantage. He's got to use his skill.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
I think Coach saw a couple of things he wanted to correct. You got to make sure everyone's following the game plan.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Iyenga's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Drew Gooden is checked in for Bogut. And Baamute comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Dueling in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Dueling. Red outside. That one falls coming off Dueling's feed. Red's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Another open look hits bottom from outside.
Yep, and that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, Steve and Kevin, you guys got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
Yeah, sure is. And when all 5 guys, Clark, are threats to score, that makes it so tough on the defense because now you can't account for everybody when the ball's moving so quickly. Well, after that strong start to this game, he's really picked it up here in the second.
Steven Jackson on the wing. From downtown, there's the bucket. Good. Jackson's got 10.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 three-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing them. I think they've got to find a way to chase them off the three-point line.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Hollins is checked in, and Manny Harris subs in for Irving. Here's Harris. 3 from the inbound. Good. He's got 6.
Way too much time to save on that. He'll make that one all the time.
Run at a guy and try to challenge this distraction shot.
And talking about it up.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him off ball beyond the offense in the second quarter. He got a fingertip on it, but not enough to control the pass coming in that fast.
For the 3. Samuels can't get it to go. Dueling with it. Holland gets called for the reach. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, team's third. In for the Bucks, Andrew Bogut. First ever spot, Brandon Jennings.
19 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now, here is Red. He's got 14.
And the official right on top of that one.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. He didn't hesitate to make that call, and now he'll get his chance at the line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Here's Hollins. Fires the 3. That's good. Harris has got 9. Here is Jennings. He's covered by Sessions. It went right down as the buzzer sounded.
Well, I tell you. I don't know how he has the poise to make that shot look so easy.
Yep, and that's the most exciting play in basketball, guys. The buzzer beater. Unbelievable.
You look at what Michael Redd has done so far. 16 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
With more to come, maybe. The way his shot looks tonight, looks like he's in for a big night.
Bucks ahead, up by 4.
Happy Wednesday to you. Let's keep your week rolling right along with HP at the half. The Bucks looking good at the midway point. Great activity on the defensive end of the floor. They're forcing a ton of turnovers. We've seen Michael Redd having a superb game. We're at halftime and still he hasn't missed a shot. It's been a pure shooting exhibition. And the Cavaliers, boy, they're putting up a fight. Tremendous production off the pine for them. The bench providing a big boost.
And we welcome you back to the Q here in Cleveland, Ohio. A gorgeous night on the shores of Lake Erie. Here is Sessions.
You know, the story with Milwaukee last year was a team that just struggled to score the ball, Kevin. I mean, nobody was able to consistently put it in the basket for them.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Drew Gooden and Andrew Bogut there inside. Steven Jackson is out there with Jennings. And it's Redd in at the small forward. Here's Jennings. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, the Cavaliers got a lucky break in this year's NBA lottery. The owner of the team sent his son as a representative, and it paid dividends with the #1 pick and multiple picks in the top 10. After the season they had, maybe this was the luck they needed to turn things around. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You know, as a native Buckeye, it was hard to watch the Cavs struggle as they did. I hope they get back on track this year.
And Clark, on that note, only 6 Bucks in double-digit scoring averages last year. With Jennings, the fleet-footed Jennings, topping the list at 16.
You know, it's just the fact that the top scorer was only at 16 a game.
Yeah, and Jennings was shooting about 40%, so that's part of the problem. He takes a lot of shots. Doesn't always make them. So usually you need your top scorers to be high percentage shooters. It allows you to get back defensively, and it allows you to really be able to count on somebody night after night.
Sessions drills the three-pointer. Sessions got 9.
A lot of the points they've given up have come on open threes like that one. And that has to be disconcerting and frustrating to their coach.
Well, they should know better. I mean, they read the scouting report. You can't leave these guys wide open on the perimeter.
Here's Jackson. He's got 10. The pass to Jennings. The tray. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. That's 12 points for Brandon Jennings.
Well, Steven Jackson throughout his career has been a pretty durable player. But last season, a hamstring injury forced him to miss 10 games. That's disappointing for Jackson. He's a guy who loves to be out on the floor.
And stolen by Irving. Fast break. Here we go. Bogut gets the whistle for blocking. That's his first foul.
Nice job. Attacking the lane and forcing that defender into the blocking fight.
A little bit of a deer in the headlights look by that defender as the driver picked up steam. Going to the hoop.
And making a change here, the Cavaliers. Iyenga's checked in. And a switch here now also for Milwaukee. And Baamute's checked in. Steven Jackson, as we mentioned earlier, historically durable. Big-bodied Clark. He plays in the perimeter.
Yeah, he does a nice job. He's a really good all-around player. I mean, I know he can be a little emotional and get out of hand on occasion, but he's a loyal teammate, a hard worker, and a talented player. And he's a strong two-guard. But he's more used to dishing out punishment from that position than taking it.
And the action on hold, as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Man, first look, I don't know, guys. Tough to tell just how bad it is.
Oh my God.
For his sake, we're hoping he's okay. You know, guys, with only 6 wins in inter-division games, that wasn't terrible by the Bucks, but they missed some opportunities too.
That's good.
Guys, that's what he does. I mean, he excelled at getting to the rim.
For 3, and another 3 for Milwaukee. And with that point you made, Clark, about the Bucks, they ended up just 2 games in back of the Pacers.
That's right.
Steve, the Bucks a rising team, as is Indiana.
Yeah, they've got some potential there. They've got some good young talent. They've got an excellent coach in Scott Skiles. And they were right there, as you said, just 2 games out of the playoffs. So I think Milwaukee has a chance to get back into the postseason this year.
Here's Red. 16 points for him. And Baamute with it. Makes it off the glass. And Baamute's got 8 points.
You know, you look at how this has played out so far, and they've really had a big advantage inside.
Well, they're getting higher percentage shots in the lane, and they're getting a bounce here or there, but I think they're playing pretty well down there.
And Baamute against Sessions. Feeds it to Gibson. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. He's got 11. Milwaukee in the lead. Gibson with the steal. The feed to Iyenga. For the lead, another 3 for Cleveland.
They're in a groove now. These 3-pointers just falling at will here in the second half.
Yeah, I think the defense has got major headaches because this team's just not missing.
For the Cavaliers, Collins is checked in, and it's Samardo Samuels in for Sessions. And then for Milwaukee, Drew Gooden is checked in for Mbaamoute. Douglas Roberts comes in for Michael Redd. And it's Dooling in for Steven Jackson. Shot denied. Cleveland with the ball. The lead is 2. And the basket by Iyenga.
Boy, both teams showing a lot of hustle, Clark.
Steve, especially since halftime, I mean, they're flying around out there, giving up a lot of energy and putting together a pretty good show.
Stolen away as they knock away the alley-oop attempt. And here's the fast break. Williams puts it down with authority. Sprite slam cam for another angle.
Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. You can never see too many of those.
Now Gibson, 11 points in the game. Here's Samuels, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
And here's Doolin. Great ball movement. Bogut backing him down. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. How about trying, guys?
Inga is whistled for reaching in. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, team's third.
5 seconds left in the third. Red outside. That is good. Red's got 19 points.
Guy's been an artist with that three-point shot.
He sure has been, Steve. I mean, the majority of his points have come from out there.
He gets it up. Got it off in time, but it's no good. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. It's been one outstanding game from Michael Red. Wow.
Nothing positive. It's the shot making, very selfish. I think this is an efficient performance. I agree with you. Very few questions. If any of them is always for the best shot, every trick down the floor. I like back to the huge addition to the front. More great action. We return.
We've got a moment. We're going to send it over to Doris Burke for our spark of the game. Presented by Sprout. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. The sparks in this game, the big push we saw by the Bucks. It seems they went into the locker room and came out with some answers because their defense has been airtight in this last half. The whole atmosphere of the game changed with their lockdown defense. Let's see if it continues.
Great stuff as always, Doris. Thank you. Clark, that was the game's critical point.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I really think it was. I mean, it really tipped things in their favor. No doubt about it.
And that's going to happen to you when you keep piling up those points and you get on a run like that.
Ramon Sessions and Anthony Parker in the back. Anderson Varejao is out there with Samardo Samuels. And it's G in at the 3 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers.
What a game. This is really fun to watch.
And when games are tight like this, I mean, success or failure can really turn on small details and 1 or 2 plays.
First person foul, team's first.
Here's Red. He's picked up by Parker. Red passes to Delfino. A 3 ball. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
You know, they didn't leave out there, but you got to rubber band his hands. You got to crowd him and smother him on the perimeter. Otherwise, he'll make you pay.
And we may have an injury.
It's nothing major, and we see him back here soon.
Ditto to that. Injuries, unfortunately, a part of the game.
And the Bucks making a change here. Bogut's checked in. Here's Sessions. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Bucks leading by 4. It's stolen by Sessions. They're moving the ball. Here's Samuels. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. And Sessions kicks to Varejao. Tries to save it. And Milwaukee comes up with it. Fantastic. There they come. It's a look. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there and in. Boy, this is scary to get a score like this. You're in trouble.
This is unbelievable display of offense here today.
It seems like every shot that goes up, I mean, every player is sharp and on target.
Aspie is checked in for the Cavaliers. Daniel Gibson comes in for Anthony Parker. Milwaukee also making some changes. Chris Douglas-Roberts checked in for Bogut. Dooling comes in for Michael Redd. And it's Jennings in for Earl Boykins. Let's go quickly over to Doris Bird for an update.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He was trying to keep their energy up, saying, listen, I know you're tired, but you can rest in a few minutes and we're sitting in the locker room with a W. For now, lay it all out.
Anytime you can get, especially in transition.
This is a tie up.
Hey guys, I got a status report from the Bucks head athletic trainer, Mark Boff. He told me he has a strained lower back, adding that it's one of the more painful injuries you can suffer. He's not coming back tonight, guys, and it may take quite a bit of additional recovery time. We'll see.
Thank you, Doris, for the update.
Fellas, I'm sure he can't wait to get back out there. I mean, he wants to get out there as quickly as he can.
No question. I mean, he's such a competitor. You know this is killing him. So let's hope he's back onto the court soon.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Look at what Sessions has done so far. He's got 21 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is raining down the threes, guys. You know how much I love to see this.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Andrew Bogut checked in for Gooden. Red comes in for Chris Douglas-Roberts. Earl Boykins checked in for Keon Dooling. And it's Udrich in for Steven Jackson. From 20 feet out, and there's Boykins. That's good on the assist by Udrich.
I like his composure there under pressure as he was being double-teamed. Terrific pass.
Now here's Sessions. Backing him down. Shoots over Boykins. And that one's good. Sessions got 25 points. In the game.
What a quarter for him, and with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
For the Cavaliers, Iyenga's checked in, and Manny Harris subs in for Daniel Gibson. Drew Gooden is checked in for Milwaukee. Jackson comes in for Earl Boykins. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Jackson. He gathers. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jackson's got 10 points in the quarter.
Coming up big now. He's made every shot he's taken this quarter.
There's the double team with Bogut. Dives for it. Out of bounds. And they retain possession.
He tried to shoehorn along the sideline, but he stepped out of bounds. Pretty good defense there to force the turnover.
Alonzo G is checked in for the Cavaliers. Daniel Gibson comes in for Manny Harris. Red with the steal.
They just haven't been as solid as they were earlier in the game in terms of taking care of the basketball.
Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game is close. It's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime. Why not?
Kicks to Gibson. From past the arc. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Sessions got his 8th assist in the game. Open look. And it's Red, that time on the assist from Brandon Jennings. Red's got 21 in the game. Now Casper. Gibson backs in. Tries from the block. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. Cavaliers making a switch here. Iyenga's checked in. 2 for 2, and it's a 2-point ball game.
That was a huge trip for them, and he made the most of it. Those could be the points that win them the game.
Here's Jennings. Nails it. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
What a huge shot.
That's what happens when you knock it down late.
Less than 1 minute left. Here's Gibson. From outside, off the mark. This could be a turning point.
Kevin, critical possession here.
Gibson with the steal. Sessions. Jennings with the rebound.
I think he caught a glimpse of the defender out of the corner of his eye because he just seemed to lose his focus there for a moment. That's good defense. Don't let a guy get a lay-in, foul hard, and send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that billboard there. Sending a message. You can't come in here and get anything free in our paint.
Alonzo G is checked in for the Cavaliers. Sinks the second, and that gives them the lead.
You hate to miss free throws when the margin's this tight, but at least now they have the lead.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're down by 1. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
No need to rush things, although I think you do want to get a shot off in time to the point where if you miss it, you've got a shot in an offensive rebound.
Well, if you got a play in your quiver to get you a good shot, one you've been saving all game, now's the time to use it.
Here's Jackson. Screen by Bogut. And this is the first one. Cavaliers making a switch here. Make the second, and that ties this game up.
He couldn't make them all, but at least he got this game tied up.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. The score is tied at 105. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Let's loose for 3. Bullseye!
As if there was any question, Kev. He's just not fazed by the pressure. He stays focused and always makes big plays.
So it's a narrow win for Cavaliers pulling it out. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Ramon Sessions.